All right, so I'm not really doing any EOD recap today because I gotta do some stuff on my end, right? But I'm just gonna take some time off right now to answer some questions regarding some trades today. So this is just gonna be like a Q&A sort of. All right. Okay, so let's get some questions in. Okay, so Seg, it's a little slow. I'm thinking to probably just to sell it off, right? Over here for a small loss. We are trending on the uptrend over here on the daily chart. So you can kind of hold on to this and see whether it bounces off this 93, 94, 95 cents level. If it doesn't, then just close it off. Yeah, I mean, it's up to you. It's not shouldn't be that big. I mean, it's a very, very lackluster move over here. So it's what it is. All right, can you talk more about the SNGX trade after market open? The PMO is easy, but the market was kind of quick, but it was nice to reclaim. What's that? What you got in? 1.9x is fine, so on and so forth. Okay, so now the first trade, now SNGX on market open, the reason why I took it was first off, okay, so you can see that price went down over here. Now look, we do have a key level. 215 is a big level for me, right? It's always been. You can see that right over here. Let's see, I wonder why. Let's see, I have to can't really remember why was 215 a big key level for me. All right, so over here we have a very small gap. I know it's not easy to spot, but we have a really small gap over here. Okay, we have a really, really small gap over here. All right. And you can see that this is the spot where price was having difficulty trying to break out from initially speaking. Okay, so this is a very big spot over here, right? Gaps are generally, uh, you can sort of use them as a resistance zone. So the reason why I got in over here was because first off, we pulled back, again, very normal, right? We have very nice consolidation over here. And on this note, we kind of broke this, we broke downtrend, a very small one over here. I wouldn't even consider it. What I like about this is that price had a very nice consolidation area over here, right? And then we kind of reclaimed VWAP. Pretty much that was the only reason why I took this position over here. And my stop loss is going to be under 168. As you guys can see, right? Now, this is one thing I want to emphasize again. Okay, it is especially when it comes to momentum trades at the start of open, right? Some of these trades over here can move very, very quick. But I can always just guarantee you guys two things, right? Number one, okay, now I was in over here, I was typing the alert out, and this thing just popped. Right, it's fine. Number one, okay, I sent the alert at 9:44. Okay. Number one, I never ever sell on the candle I alert. So even if this thing goes to 2.1, I don't sell into this. All right, I do not sell into this. So you guys can look for dips and stuff. You guys, honestly, I think once I sent the alert out, it was sitting at 1.8 and 1.89. Those are fine, right? I mean, it's not that far off from 1.82. For me, I'm not in at 175. I'm not. I'm just telling you guys, if this thing drops to 175, I'll add it. Now, what was I thinking about when I look at the point was that I was trying to see whether the price can reclaim view up here and back test this level a little bit and before breaking out. So that's why I was going to take dips to 1.75. And why is that so? Because this over here is 1.76, right? So roughly around this zone over here, right? I want to see the price kind of pull back maybe a little bit and base on it before we go, for forming, confirming this inverse here and show this pattern. All right, but it kind of just flew, which is why again you should never ever be too greedy about your entries. I've been greedy about my entries before and I missed my entries. So yeah, 1.88, 1.89 is fine, right? You guys just have to maybe not get the dips or take like lower dips stuff. I didn't really have time to give you guys stop loss over here because if I were to type that out, it might already be too late for y'all too, right? So that's that. All right. So again, I would never ever sell into the candle alert. All right. I think it's the same thing for the pre-market one, right? So you can see the pre-market one over here. When I load this at 172, this is 841, right? 841 was this candle over here. Okay, this one. This one. So you can see that it hit 190. Now, I understand that some of you guys, maybe you guys added this at 184, 185. This move to 190, 190 to take profits may seem a little bit stupid, which is why I did not take anything over there. Now, after that, we had dips all the way down to 164, which is part of the plan, right? Dips to 155. And then we actually reversed back up to 190s and maybe even $2, right? So it was a pretty good trade. So same thing over here. I will never sell on this pop over here. If let's say it hits this and it goes down, I'll take my loss as per the plan. I'll probably stop under this base over here. But then we continue grinding pretty nicely all the way up, right? And one thing that's very important to note is that the 5-minute 21 EMA trend line was very, very nice over here, right? Ever since the morning, you guys can see that this thing did have a very nice trend on the 21 EMA trend line. Price was basically holding on to it this morning before it just started going up. And you can see over here, all you gotta do is just keep riding this 21 EMA trend line until it breaks down. Once you break down from this trend line, you can see that the trend has broken down. We no longer have this uptrend. And this brings me to another point, right? Why did I not give you guys re-entries after that? Is because there is no re-entries. It just kept dying. Okay, you could say that adding over here at 397 to 440 is considered re-entries, but I do not trade like that. Right? These are just micro movements over here. I do not alert stuff like this. When I give you guys a play, I want to at least see potential new highs being made. Sometimes maybe we don't, right? It would just be quick scalps. I'll let you guys know. But if for plays like this, right? If I'll give you guys re-entries over here, I want to potentially see if we can make new highs. Obviously not targeting new highs, but we still take profits on the way up. But I want to see that potential to make the new highs. This never happened, so that's why I didn't give you guys any sort of re-entries over here. All right, and please try, or rather, you guys got to stop really thinking about trying to get the same entries as I do. Sometimes you can get better entries than me. Sometimes you can get it a little bit more expensive than I do, but it's fine, right? You know my style. I do not settle for 5 to 10 cent gains. I mean, depends. If it's a $1 stock, yes, but if a stock like this, SNGX that went from 128 to 213, I do think we have quite a bit of range over here. All right. So, but yeah, I was trimming some at 210s, of course. Once we hit this 220s over here, I was trimming some, right? Because this is the daily gap. But then I wanted to see whether we can hold for that move, and then we ended up pretty well over here. All right, 1.9x is fine. I think 1.88, 1.89 was even better. I know that you saw this at 1.88. I mean, that would probably be better. So SAC, as I mentioned, we are back testing to this daily uptrend over here. Not the nicest of candle for sure. For today, right? So if you guys want to close it off right now at 98 cents, please go ahead. If you guys want to hold on to this and have a stop loss on the 92 cents, that's completely fine as well. Generally for me, when it comes to slow plays like this, I'll probably just close it off, right? Because again, there's always going to be new opportunities the next few days. All right, no sound. Hold on 1 second. Oh shit. Hello, can you guys hear me? Hello? Hello? Can you guys hear me? Hello, can you guys hear me? Wait, you guys not hear anything I said just now? Oh, okay. All right. Oh, that was earlier. Okay. All right. VRME held overnight but sold out when it dipped to $1 at 4 a.m. Wish I held to 95 cents stop loss as you suggested. Never really touched that, only to 97 and then bounced up. Lesson learned. Yeah. I mean, levels are levels, right? For me, like I always tell you guys, once you're green on the trade, okay, guys, when I gave you guys this trade yesterday, I told you guys this: buy the dips and sell the pop, so long as 95 cents hold. Right, 95 cents is my daily 200 EMA, and that is a key level. Right, that is my red line over here. You can see that there is a lot of price action separation on this spot. Right, you can see that between this red line over here, price bounces around over here on this. You can see that, right? And then when it goes under, it became resistance. So this 195 was exactly where the 200 EMA was at the point of time, which is what is going to be my pivot to see if this stock is going to be bullish or bearish. Price went down to 101. Price went down to 102. You guys don't tell me these are not great dips on a 5 cents risk. So let's say you trim some profits over here at 128 and you overnight the rest, right? Nothing happened over here this morning, but we still held above 95 cents. I mean, you're in profits already. You can just pretty much ride it out. You don't have to close off at $1. I mean, even if you go under 95 cents, you would still be green. You know what I mean? So respect the structure. Right? It's not like we're seeing heavy sell-off. It's starting to consolidate above 95 cents. For those of you guys, maybe you guys could have gotten this at 99 cents and have a stop loss at 95 cents as you wait to see if 7 a.m., which is a key timing factor, comes in for a push. I mean, you see 7 a.m. has volume over here. This is a 7 a.m. candle. I mean, you can more or less be like, oh, maybe this isn't done. Right? You guys know 7 a.m. is where the next batch of volume come in. So if it doesn't break down before 7 and it starts consolidating, wait to see what it does at 7. If 7 dumps, close it off. If 7 has volume, I don't think there's a way to think that this is done. How to hold a stock to maximize gains. Now I wouldn't recommend you guys to normalize moves like this because again, you guys know from the day-to-day basis they're not. When did I start taking my profits? Around 2.2s, 2.1s over here. Okay. And I slowly trim on the way up, right? Or 2.5 to trim more. By the time it was at 2.4, 2.5, and 2.6, right, I was down to like 30%. Okay, and then for the remaining 30%, I was just pretty much riding this 5-minute 21 EMA trend line because this is my trend. And this is what I always tell you guys, right? If the trend doesn't break down, you do not have to sell everything. So over here, this thing went all the way up. If I trim at 270, my next trim spot has to be higher than 270. I'm not going to trim anything lower, but I'll raise my stops. So it becomes risk free, right? So it goes up to 3 plus, you trim, that's it. Now, you see, no one can call the top of the stop. Maybe this thing could have went 10. Maybe this thing could have went to 20. Maybe this thing hits 330s and dies, right? So, it's still a good habit to trim on the way up, right? Until a point where maybe you're down to like 10 to 15% where you don't really care what happens. Set your stop loss at a very nice number, right? Maybe above your entry or whatnot, and then just go ahead and do your own stuff, right? Don't care about whatever happens. And then if it hits the levels or he starts breaking the trend line over here, then you can start to close it off at like $4 instead of closing it. You might not be taking profits at fives, but this is still a good trade for you, right? I let me emphasize this again, right? Your job as a day trader is not to maximize gains. It's just to be profitable. You can maximize gains by trading the chart, okay? But if you trade the chart, you would not be selling at 5, you'll be closing your position at $4. You cannot tell the top of the stock. All right, that's the truth. For me, $5 is a psychological level, so I sold some over there. Right? I did not sell at 530s, I'll tell you guys that. I did not sell at 530s. All right, I did not sell over here. I only sold at 5s. The rest I wanted to see what happened. But nothing happened over here, so be it. That's fine. I don't have the 9 EMA, so I only have the 21. I think the 9 EMA makes me trade a little bit too much, so I took it off. Did you size up? No, I always take proper size at the start. I don't ever size up. If not, I take dips. That's it. What percentage do you typically trim? 30 to 50% at the start, and then we'll see what happens. I trim 50%, around 215, 220. How did you know that the bottom dip at 105? On what? 105? On what? No, manual action. I never ever set limits for anything. Always manual action. All right, actively manage your trades. And by the way, guys, I don't know, because the thing is, I heard from some of you guys before, talking about buying the bid and selling the ask. I mean, that is just not how you trade. If you want to buy, you buy the ask and you sell the bid. All right, especially for high momentum tickers like this. When you try to buy the bid, you're not gonna get filled. Um, if you can do buy the bits, I would say when it comes to very spready tickers, right? So tickers with very, very low volume and the spread isn't very good. So there's very wide ask. The ask is like $3, the bits like 250. You can buy the bits and try to see whether you can get fills. But buying the bits on a high volume ticker, right? And if let's say the price is going up, you are never going to get filled. Sorry, wow, I don't understand. What do you mean bottom dip at 105? Ain't no 105. I don't remember trading a 105 stock, did I? Are you supposed to set limit orders to buy dip levels? Minor action, like I mentioned. PBM is out of the what? Yeah, PBM never broke 10 today. So I don't see a reason why you guys should actually be in this. Did we broke 10? I think the only alert I gave you guys today was the $10 breakout, right? For PBM. Is it not? All right. What's your Faisal? Faisal. Yeah. I only said $10 breakout for PBM. $10 break, right? $10 break. That's it. We never broke 10. All right, price never broke above 10, so there is no play for me. Oh, no, I wouldn't know if it's the bottom to dip. I mean, of course, I wouldn't know if this is the bottom to dip at 105. But this thing went down to VWAP and bounced off, and it has a nice wick and has a nice candle after that. I mean, and this is near 195 cents. Just take it. Oh yeah, it wasn't safe, right? I alerted it on X because it wasn't safe. It wasn't very safe for you guys, so that's why I didn't really alert. Honestly, okay, I took this trade at 8:30s, but it was way too quick to alert, right? But yeah, it wasn't safe for y'all, so I didn't alert it for y'all. $10 was a much safer structure for you guys. All right, pause 1 second. Yeah, so that's why I didn't really alert again, I didn't alert the 880 brick for you guys. I mean, it kind of went pretty well to be honest. For a scalp to 940s, right? But I think $10 would have unlocked a little bit cleaner structure over here for you guys, so it's cool. So yeah, okay, right? What's the plan for Fake? So either I want to see what it does tomorrow. If it loses 84, I'm closing the rest of my position. If not, I'll let it ride. Maybe a CRCL type move. Right? Keep in mind that CRCL did not hit 290 something in 1 day, 2 days. It took 2 weeks, I think, 3 weeks. So let's just see what happens. All right. Do you recommend waiting a few minutes after the market opens before taking a trade? Yes, that's what I do. That's actually what I've been doing this week. I mean, if you think about how the past few days have been, has it not been very consistent? It has, right? It has been very nice and consistent, right? There's not a whole lot of trades, but execution's very nice. Yeah, that's all you need. Okay. So I just want to now look, guys. So there are a lot of people in this there there are a lot of people in this on social media, right, where they choose to follow people that promises them, Ferraris, Lambos, overinflated price targets, so on and so forth. Um, and I mean, you guys already know what I'm trying to say, right? Look at the stock riot. So now you see, for me, I never once told you guys to hold, because I understand, and I think by now, if you guys have been looking at trades for the past few days, or you guys have been trading for a month or so now, you guys know that moves like whatever BMNR did, SBET did, they all die off first off, and the second thing is they are not normal moves, right? We generally do not see them on a day-to-day basis, right? For the most part. So a lot of people do not like to accept that because they want to get rich quick overnight. So they don't really care about the proper advice. They rather be hearing it from someone that says stuff like, "Oh, this is gonna go to 60 from $5. This is gonna go to 800 from $2." Because they want the concept of being able to get rich quick. But these are the type of people that you guys should avoid listening to, because these are the type of plays that causes you to lose a lot of money, right? So I mean, uh there's a lot of stuff over here, right? One is going to be SOS, right? I'm pretty sure you guys should know this by now. There's this one person, his name is called Terps. Okay, he's been pushing. I mean, I'm gonna show you guys, right? Maybe if he hasn't deleted his stuff, all right, maybe I can let me see. Hey, this is behind closed doors, yeah? It's behind closed doors. So you see, he deleted all of his SOS posts. I can tell you guys that this guy was talking about this a lot, right? He deleted the SOS post. I mean, this is very unethical. It's bullshit. And there was this one guy um that retweeted his stuff. Let me see if I can find it. I mean, this is just not you. He endorsed this player SOS. He was talking about it nonstop, saying that this thing is gonna go to $60 and stuff. And a lot of people got in at probably 7 plus $8. And then when it doesn't work out, all right, he sweeps it under the rug. He doesn't talk about it anymore, right? He doesn't talk about it anymore. And he just goes on to something else, which is Raya. And they start talking about a lot of shit, right? Bullying all this kind of stuff over here, like it actually matters. I think I've been telling you guys before that when it comes to trades, all these over here, bullshit. I don't care. Useless. Doesn't matter. Right? You can they put out all this information over here out for you guys, for those of you guys who do not know how to trade, who are new to the market, to think that this is actually good. Right? For people who know what they're doing, this is bullshit. Right? This is just stuff that they're using to pump. Okay? I mean, you see what happened to Raya today. Alright, you saw what happened to Raya today. Okay? All of them, they were in at 17, 16s, and 15s. It's at 5 cents right now. So yeah, let me show you guys. I mean, this is just very sketchy as hell. You know, they removing all of his SOS call when he was the one endorsing his nonstop. I mean, it's just not it. You know, it's pretty bullshit. Let me show you guys. All right. Let me see again. Yep. Look at this. See SOS, starts talking about it and stuff like that. See, he didn't really tag SOS over here, so that's why the post didn't really come up, right? But he's talking about SOS. He didn't remove this, probably because he missed it out. But people are actually buying to this July 28th, and then this guy was never heard of again. I don't know where he went. Probably, you know. But you see, I don't really care, right? If they give a play, it goes up, it's fine. But for him, he gives overinflated targets, every single one of them. For SOS, he said this was going to go to 60. For this, Raya, he said it was going to go to 1 plus. I mean, come on. Right? But this works for a lot of people online because they do not know, they're not well educated about the market. They do not know that Chinese stocks are sketchy. They don't know that. Right? So these are the things where you really have to be very careful about. And I'll tell you one thing as well. The thing about, you know how I always say, right? When the stock is good, it will move by itself. You don't really need a whole lot of people, everyone to be talking about it. Raya is one great example. I think one guy starts talking about it, and then you have a whole bunch of other people start talking about it as well, right? You got Titan Trader talking about Raya. Okay, you can see, right? It's very you know, Xiaomi, you know, this guy was talking about it as well. You know for sure. These are the usual suspects, right? They're like the whole gang. You know, when one person calls out, everyone calls out together. And obviously there's Sawa, John as well. All these are, I mean, it's just they. But okay, look, they call them out. It's fine, right? Because you know they emphasize to take profits. This guy, no, he'll promise you the world. He'll promise you the fucking universe. He'll promise you that this thing's gonna go to like 2 plus, 3 plus, 4 plus, giving you that idea that you know, new people that come to the market, they want to think, oh my god, this is what's gonna change my life, right? This is where I can make generational wealth. Not the case. All right, it's bullshit. Again, all this borrow rates, whatever stuff, book value per share, all this bullshit. All right, this is all nonsense. I don't really care. All right, it's all information to get you guys who do not understand, right? To get retails who do not understand how this thing works, to FOMO and to start buying, right? And stuff. Yeah. So it's you know, it's sad. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people trapped in this, right? Because people would not be, look, if I tell you that this stock is going to go to $5, and I keep saying that, right? And I give you guys this play from 14 cents, it hits 20 cents, right? You know, so in a percentage wise, that is a 42% move. Okay, that's a 42% move, right? That's decent. That's great. But if I promise you guys, if I keep overinflating my targets, I keep telling you guys that, hey, this thing's gonna go to like 10, 20, $30, I don't think taking profits at 20 cents makes sense. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't, because again, they want to get that big move. Right? And now they're stuck. This is Chinese thing. Same thing for SOS. Right? It's the same thing for SOS. But he swept it under the rug. I don't like that. I think that's very scummy as shit. I think that's some bullshit stuff over here. Right? He removed everything. Right? He removed all his posts on SOS. It's bullshit. It's actually ass. Holy shit. Yeah, look at that. Oh, so he didn't tag it, right? So you see SOS at $60 cash per share, only $6, blah blah blah, pumping all that kind of stuff. Look at that, non-stop. Right, SOS 8.4 average for me all the time. Right, SOS, and look at where is it right now. People listen to him, they follow him because I think Zach Morris endorses him and stuff. So it's not cool, right? It's kind of it's gonna ass move over there. All right, I'm gonna stop the recording now.